Just to get things started here, Minds, where did the actual idea of making broader crypto world related content actually come from?
Uh, well, I think everyone starts somewhere. And I remember myself when I started several years back, and I started looking into crypto like at the very beginning of the Bitcoin, and I was not an active investor back at the time, but it was a very interesting new world that I kind of saw, and it caught my interest. So when I started kind of looking into it more in depth, I really appreciated people sharing their thoughts and like their experience on the matter. So I just thought that we could do the same and then kind of be friendly with our community and share our thoughts and maybe see what they think about it as well.
Something that I think everyone will be interested in is how you actually see the current market situation and what are the main aspects or even coins that you're looking at?
Yeah, so everybody probably knows that we're in one of the biggest economic crisis in the world, and it was 2008 with all the market crash, and now we can see there's some military action going on, and there's a huge inflation going around, and Bitcoin has dipped quite a bit since its all-time high, and this is just something probably natural because it kept on happening since the beginning of crypto, right? So the main thing is to stay calm, I guess, and then just to see how it goes. But the main aspect, what I tend to look at is the Bitcoin movement. It's like the mother coin of all coins, and it's usually a reflection of the market. And when you look at Bitcoin, you kind of see the tendencies of the market. So when you look at Bitcoin, you see the reflection of the market, and also the other altcoins, like the top 10 coins, which you can see on CoinMarketCap or wherever, you can see how they move, and most of the coins are kind of connected. So if you look at the graphs of Bitcoin and at the graph of I don't know, BNB, Ethereum, or other top 10 coins, so then you see that the chart is similar. It's
Yeah.
sometimes almost identical. So it means the movement is connected, and this is sort of a feeling that I try to always get. Take a look at like 10 coins, 15 coins, and try to catch what's going on there. And only then I start looking into each coin separately. So you kind of feel the market, and then you take a look at each coins separately, the ones that you are interested in.
Yeah, 100%. I think you're right in saying Bitcoin is the king of crypto. It is the number one coin. And if we're to put Bitcoin to the side here and just besides Bitcoin, is there anything in particular that you're actually looking at or keeping your eyes on? Maybe a top two or a top three altcoins?
Yeah. I can drop some names as well about the coins because it's not a surprise to anyone. But since the beginning, I was looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course, because they're the biggest ones. Ethereum had a huge sprint also recently, and it's always about utility of the coins, right? So you try to find the biggest coins, try to read about them, what's special about them, what the transaction costs are, and you really try to do your own research. It's kind of an old phrase, and it doesn't always mean what people think it means, but doing your own research is really important, and when you do your research, you have to make sure that you understand what's going on. So my thoughts in general are that now everything is on a dip. Ethereum gas fees are also at their lowest since 2020, I think.
Mhm.
uh, at the peak, Ethereum gas price was 70 $50 per transaction, which was insane, right? So
Crazy.
only like really rich people could afford to transact in Ethereum, and that's why some people kind of turned away. There were a lot of other projects that were starting to try to substitute Ethereum and make a better solution. So all these things, the success of one coin and like kind of the price increase of one coin, it sparks up innovation from other projects which try to solve the problems. Because the whole goal of the crypto sphere is to solve some sort of a problem, like a monetary one, transactional one, security, privacy, or other aspects. And I think it's great that there are these coins that compete with each other, but sort of also they drive the whole crypto world into the future.
Just kind of touched on it, but how do you actually see the future of crypto? Maybe you can share some long and short term visions with us, or even just to rephrase my question, what's your strategy?
Yeah, so talking about strategy, maybe before we could dive into like the whole crypto bubble thing, if you can call it, because everyone was really keen of looking into the previous bull market. So everybody kept on buying, and then the price got inflated, and then some people sold the coins because they wanted to cash out. Some people bought at the very peak. They were unhappy, obviously, because it dropped. So it's all about long term in crypto, I believe. And I think we have an image that we can show as well. So this is like the classic example
Yeah.
of the economic bubble, and how it compares to the Bitcoin chart as well. So if you would share it, we can talk about it more.
Yep.
So in general, what happened was Bitcoin got overbought, and it was really expensive, like at 60K dollars per Bitcoin, and now it's around 20. So this is not something that's not happened before. It happened a lot of times before in the world history. Not everybody maybe knows, but for me it was very surprising. The first time I saw it was the tulip seed bubble. So when the tulip seed prices went up like enormously, and then it went back to to nothing again, but that was just because the utility of tulip seeds was not probably there, and it was just a limited utility that was before. It was just a hype strategy that I use. I always see at like two aspects of what I want to do with my investment. So one is the long-term one, which I believe in the future. So that one you just kind of buy at the time when you believe it's right, or you have like a set monthly budget that you will keep investing into sort of a portfolio that you have chosen. Sometimes you can sell and trade coins between them, but the main goal with that is not to panic. It means that if you believe in the future, you have to wait for that future to happen and not panic at the first dip that the coin receives. If you are feeling panicky, it probably means you need to do more research, or maybe just take a look and maybe play around with a very small amounts of money, so you don't invest more than you can afford to really lose. So diversification is key. And for me, I always take a look at some top 10 coins, and that's where I keep my long-term portfolio. And always I tend to have like smaller amounts that I invest into some fresh projects that I truly believe in, or you do some good research and you see that these guys might come up with something really soon, and that's how you can win. The other part of the investment is, the day trading or the short-term things. So it's the hardest part because it's a full-time job for most people.
Yep.
Sometimes I play around with it. I never risk a lot of money, so you take like $100 or something and you play around with it when you're feeling, uh, more intense at the time, and you really truly see and you analyze and you see some technical data that indicates that there's going to be a rise, or you see some great news coming up about it. So then you might play around with it, and then the strategy is always to use mm, the Wall Street trader strategies. you decide what's your take profit limit and where is the stop loss. So
Absolutely.
that's the very important thing, not to gamble with investment, because I know a lot of people who just love the thrill of getting money or just like risking it. So it's more of a casino style thing. For me, it's more about discipline. I've been doing some gambling myself. Don't get me wrong. When you get into crypto, it's really hard to stop yourself from doing that, and then you win some, you lose some. It's easier to do it in a bull market, but especially now, I would not recommend like gambling. So you do your research, you believe that it's gonna rise that day, so then you take that 5% that you believe is gonna rise, and then you leave. Or you just it drops 2% and then you sell. Also, you lose a little bit, but you don't sit around waiting for the green candle to appear out of nowhere. So you do the
Looking for those
research, or you
points.
watch some credible streams, some people who are whose job it is to analyze this, and there is probably a better chance usually to really to earn something on the long term. It does not mean you're gonna win every time, but that's what investment is about. I've heard this
Exactly.
uh, that even in like a forex trading, where they train foreign exchanges, or people trade gold like as a living. So it's usually 3 days out of 5 working days that they get profit, and 2 days they do not get profit. So that one day is the difference between success and failure. So it's really, even in the stable market, where trade gold, which is known to be one of the most stable assets in the world. There are still bad days, and this is why you need to really take care of yourself and then look into it more deeply.
Mentioned a few times to make sure that we're doing we're doing our own research, we know what's happening in the industry, but we still need to make sure we keep safe our coins and wallets secure and avoid scams. So tell me, Min, what would be your suggestions to the audience regarding staying safe in both GameFi and crypto in general, and maybe something that you do yourself?
Yeah. So to start off, it's very important to mention that most of the crypto coins and like the crypto world in general is built on trust. So that's why we have like vesting schedules. We have different AMAs, and then people have their white papers where you can actually read about the project, and then you can see how the teams are delivering it. So I think one of the main things to stay safe is to actually do your own research. So you really look into the project that you believe in. And I also had a good advice someday. So when I asked like what should I buy, what are the investments that I should make, like I asked people who were there for a long time, and it's a very good advice. I don't think it's like a very unique. You probably can read it in any investment book, but you actually should invest into things you understand and you use. So if you use something every day, like some sort of an exchange, so it's probably worth to invest at least a little bit in the product that you use every day, because there's a high chance that many people use it every day as well. So that's why it has potential. So also, when I started using Binance as well, the coin was super low, and the BNB was something that I was not understanding completely what it is. And now we can see it's one of the most stable coins out there. And even when other coins crash like 50%, it crashes like 30 or 40. So it's more stable, and because it has value, it has utility behind it, and it's super important to have the trust around the product that you use. Another step to stay safe while holding your long-term investments and even the shorter-term investments is using cold wallets, like the offline wallets that you have, like a stick with a PIN number. Also, it's protected with 12 or 24 word phrases, and you never write it down somewhere on the computer. You never take pictures of it. You just write it down on a good old school piece of paper, like a barbarian,
Yep.
with a pencil or with a marker or something that would not fade over time. And you put it safe somewhere.
Lock it
Hopefully,
up.
nobody finds it. but it's always good to have like these hiding places like in good old times. So, you know, crypto is safe as long as you keep your passwords and key phrases offline.
Absolutely. Well, there we go. There we go, everyone. We've heard it from the man himself. Do your own research. Don't be rash. Be patient, and always look to the future. And speaking of future, we've got some incredible things happening with Wizardia very soon. The tournaments are literally around the corner. They're just about to be released. Development and the testers are super excited for you guys to actually jump in there and get your hands on the game, to be able to play it first and see how you actually like it and hear some feedback as well. On top of this, our Arena Genesis NFT, it's almost completely sold out. We're almost into our 7th round, so make sure to get in there quick before they're completely gone. The Wizards, again, they're selling very fast. S in the rare form is already gone. So make sure you've got your Arena Genesis and your Wizards set up for gameplay. Head over to the website as well, wizardia.io. We've got some pretty exciting things happening and some big changes on the way. So jump on, have a look. And obviously, as we are a community-driven project, reach out, give us some feedback on our chat today. If there's anything in particular you'd like to know or for us to have a chat about, we can make it happen. So it was good to connect with you all, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the Wizardia world.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was great talking to you.
Cheers.